Hi, beautiful souls. This is your week of guidance from Spirit. Hi, beautiful souls. I've got some guidance from Spirit for all signs for the week of 13th of May to the 19th of May 2019. Please know that this is a general guidance from Spirit and it won't resonate with you all, but take what you need and discard the rest. Let's take a look at your individual star sign and see what guidance Spirit has brought forward for you. Aries, there's a flood of communication coming your way this week as I'm hearing from Spirit over and over the song Message in a Bottle. For some, important discussions may arise concerning your work, be it a pay rise or even an increase in hours. Discussions with your family and loved ones will be a delight for many Aries, and this may come with an announcement, be it from you or from those that you love. Spirit also makes mention of tidiness for some of you, as there may be a get-together or working bee created to combine resources to help you out in or around the home. Taurus, straight away Spirit comes through with leaning on a shoulder for some of you this week. It's definitely not a bad thing though, as I'm being shown that you'll get a few things off your chest by spilling your guts to your mates or even supporting someone else who needs to let go of some crap that they've held onto for some time. Overall, it's a friendship kind of week happening here, one where there's a whole lot of love, support and D&Ms going on for many. Gemini, I really love it when Spirit comes through with songs, and this week for you Gemini, I'm hearing the song It's Raining Men, Hallelujah. For many, this week it's all about attraction. Whether you find yourself suddenly being attracted to someone, just make sure you don't go down the road of fatal attraction though, or being attractive and alluring to others. You've certainly got some serious hot vibes oozing out of your pores this week, so make the most of it, safely of course, and have some fun. Cancer, reveling in the glory is the highlight for some of you this week, as it's your time to shine and be noticed. Standing in the background will not work, and Spirit is telling me that no matter where you actually are standing, you'll get picked out of the crowd for that special moment. So what's the best way to handle this? Accept, acknowledge, and take a moment to truly understand how much you're actually highly thought of. Leo, it definitely does take two to tango this week for many of you. Spirit does tell me that there'll be a need to take responsibility for your actions, whether it be for a great cause or for a not so great should have thought about that shiz before I did it moment. Just bearing in mind, Leo, we all have moments, so it's not going to get you anywhere if you get down on yourself. The best course of action for many of you this week may be to take note of what you're actually putting out there and being mindful of your words. Virgo, I'm hearing a big hurrah for many Virgos this week. Celebrations are definitely in order, and you may find yourself going out to a few dinners this week to do just that. I am hearing from Spirit that the hurrah is to do with an end of a cycle, a completion of what perhaps could be best described as a cycle of poop. You may have found yourself changing old and outdated habits, such as being committed to a healthier lifestyle by giving up smoking, leaving a toxic, unhealthy relationship, or even changing banks and money lenders, as perhaps your dollars weren't actually making sense. Yeah, sorry about the pun. Anywho, whatever the circumstance, there's reason to celebrate. Libra, letting go is the theme for many of you this week. This may quite well be an emotional week for some. However, Spirit does tell me that it's not all doom and gloom in the house. Some of you may find that a friendship isn't all that's cracked up to be, and the scales of give and receive are way off. And for others, it may be all about getting rid of something tangible in your life, like an old pair of worn out slippers that were always there for you in your hours of need. The possibility of a fresh and clean slate for many is what Spirit brings through, as you'll see things with new eyes and realise what's just not working for you. Scorpio, dive right in is coming forward from Spirit for many of you this week. It may seem scary, but the water is just fine. For some of you, this is about a new job that you could very well hear about and find yourself applying for and getting it very quickly. This could also relate to moving to a new campus, school or learning centre, or even changing classes. As Spirit shows me, it has to do with crowds of people in a learning capacity. Sometimes a change is as good as a holiday, and this will be no exception, as I'm being shown that after the initial gulp, there's happiness surrounding this. Sagittarius, For many of you this week, I'm hearing that you may have to be on your guard, as Spirit mentions that there may be a new neighbour that moves in next door. You go over and introduce yourself. Spirit actually showed me handing them a cup of sugar, and that they're certainly not interested in getting to know their neighbours. Not everything is as it seems this week, and you may find yourself at the end of the poop stick, wondering what the heck just happened here. Taking note of vibes is key here this week, not only what others may be putting out there, but also the vibes you're exuding. Capricorn, being kind and gentle with yourself and others is highlighted for many this week. I'm hearing that from Spirit that there may be a need to treat yourself better and throw some good old self-care into the mix. You may have been working far too much of late, and devotion to your own needs is paramount. For others, you may come across a person who is not necessarily on the same page as you when it comes to drive or your thoughts on a matter, and this may have to be handled with gentleness. Overall, it's a great week to chill, restore, and recharge. Aquarius, it's all about patience for many this week, as Spirit shows me that you may have to dish it out far and wide. This pertains to delays, and especially with traffic if you happen to drive for work, for instance. For some, flights may be delayed, people not rocking up on time, or even longer than usual delays at the doctors. This may be just one of those weeks where it'll pay to breathe, go with the flow, and not lose your fabulous cool. For those that do have major delays, you may just find a new culture experience, like looking on the internet at works of art or finding out more about history. So there really is a positive spin on this after all. Pisces, try not to get too caught up in other people's drama session this week, because they might just deserve an Oscar for their performance. Spirit mentions that for some, it'll be a case of calm blue ocean, where you may find yourself biting your tongue very hard, and for others, you may find yourself being thrown into it just by being there. If that's the case, just look at your watch and say, gosh, look at the time, gotta go. The good news here, though, is that you're really ramping up your intuitive side, and for some of you, you may be fine-tuning your psychic abilities with much more confidence. Have a great week, beautiful souls, and I'll speak to you soon.